Hello. I'm going to go share this real quick. I'm going to wait for a couple people to hop on. If you are on, comment, and if you're watching the replay, put replay in the comments. I want to talk today about how to take the best pictures that you can. Hey, Madeline. Especially if you're utilizing Instagram, because photo quality is a huge part of Instagram. People are on Instagram to see pretty attractive pictures. And this is something that I feel like most people don't come into this business really knowing how to do. Some people do. Like if you already utilize Instagram a lot and you're really well versed with Instagram before you start the business, then maybe you are. Hey, Jamie. But a lot of people kind of have to learn this as they get started. So I have some notes, so I'm going to be looking at my phone some of the time. There's some things that might be self-explanatory to some of you. There might be some of these things that you've never even thought of. All of these things I do myself. So speaking from experience, I've been working really hard to make sure that I'm creating the best content I can to put out there, especially like I said on my Instagram. And I've made some of these mistakes before, but there's some things that, like I said, I've learned myself as going through this. I've realized some things don't work. So anyways, so I'm just going to jump right in. We have some people on. Like I said, comment if you're on. Say hey, ask me any questions you have while we're going through this, and I'm going to get started. Okay, so the first thing that I have is to make sure that you are taking pictures in well-lit areas. Really the best place to take pictures is outside. And you want to make sure that you have natural lighting or that you have a ring light. Oh, I'm getting comments and it's not showing up. Hey, other Jamie. Hey, Madison. Sorry. Hey, Jonna. Okay, so the best light is natural light, which is, I'm outside right now, so this is pretty good lighting. It's not the best, but I don't have any shadows or anything on my face because I'm sitting on my front porch. Okay, it's too hot for this. Or a ring light. Ring lights are kind of expensive, and if you're just starting out and don't want to get a ring light, just go outside and take your pictures. Ring lights you can buy on Amazon, I believe. You can get some little tiny small ones that you can put over the camera on your phone. They're like $10, I think, $15 maybe at Target, but they're not that great. So you can get ring lights, the big ones, from Amazon, and they're I want to say they're $70, $80. I haven't ordered one, so if somebody on here has, maybe drop in the comments how much you paid for yours. There's different size ring lights, so that's also something to take into consideration. But like I said, you just want to make sure that it's a well-lit area. If you're indoors, you want to take the picture in front of a window, so that the natural light's coming in onto your face. So you don't want to be in your closet where there is no windows. Another thing that I have noticed is I take pictures inside sometimes, especially for my Instagram story. I'll take pictures inside. So something I've actually invested in is when I buy my light bulbs for my house, I make sure it's the blue lights. I cannot remember exactly what they're called, but if you just look at the packaging when you buy your light bulbs, you just make sure that they're not the warm light. Some say natural light, some say blue light. It'll show you the light spectrum thing on the box sometimes, and it'll show blue and then yellow, orange, it'll show you different colors. You normally want to go with the blue. Because if you get the yellow light bulbs, if they have a yellow tint to them, believe it or not, it makes a huge difference in your pictures. So I do not buy any kind of yellow light bulbs anymore. They are all blue, super blue tinted, and you can tell a huge difference in your house. There's a lot brighter in your house, and it makes the picture so much better. I still recommend taking pictures outside or facing a light or a window when posting pictures to your feed. But as far as just Instagram story pictures, if you're just taking a picture with your daughter real quick and saying eating breakfast with my daughter or whatever, watching TV with my daughter, that's going to make a better selfie than the yellow lights. So Sonia said she paid $29. That's not bad at all. I have a $200 ring light, still love outside lighting way more. I pretty much take every single picture that's on my Instagram feed now outside. Like, I don't think I have any that have been taken inside. Sometimes I do, but for the most part, they're all outside. Of course, I have like the one in TJ Maxx, and it doesn't look bad because I have really good lighting in there. But yeah, for the most part, looking at my page, they're basically all outdoors. So let me just give you an example. I don't want to spill this. So if I'm like, say I'm inside my house right now, even though I'm outside, just say I'm inside. I am not going to take a selfie right here with my back against the window. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I'm going to literally face the window. So if you can see, I'm facing the window and I'm going to take a picture like this. That way, for example, the natural lighting from outside is coming and it's on my face. And also, don't hold your phone like right in front of your face where you're gonna have a shadow of your phone on your face. Make sure there is absolutely no shadows on your face. You do not want any dark spots on your face, or shadows or anything like that. Something to keep in mind, I don't wear glasses, but just something I have noticed. Obviously, this is kind of something to decide on your own if you do wear glasses, but something I have noticed is that sometimes if you're taking a picture facing a window and you have your glasses on, sometimes you'll have the shadow of your glasses on your face, which kind of interrupts the picture. So if you want to take off your glasses before you take the picture, obviously you don't have to, because if you're always wearing glasses, you want to show like who you are. But that's just something to keep in mind. If you're outside, that probably won't happen as much as if you're facing a window inside. But that's just one thing that I've noticed. Something else, so that's kind of what I'm saying, like, just really pay attention when you're actually taking your pictures. Like, pay attention to how you look. Like, pay attention to if you have shadows on your face. Pay attention if you have mess in the background. Like, if your house is a mess, which mine is 99% of the time, turn to a different angle where they're not going to see the mess, or go run and move that mess real quick, because people don't want to see that. That's not a pretty picture. That's not attractive. Obviously, it's everyday life, especially for me. Like I said, my house is a freaking wreck right now, but you know, Instagram is your highlight reel. It's okay to show these kind of things like in your story and to really show who you are. You don't want to lie about who you are, but you want to have attractive pictures. Yeah, Brittany said she mixes it up with her glasses. Absolutely. So when you're outside taking pictures, I see this a lot, and people think that just because like they can just stand wherever they want to outside and take pictures, but that's not the case. You still have to be super mindful of where, like, what's behind you when you're taking pictures, where you're taking pictures, how the light's hitting your face in pictures. So a couple things to keep in mind when you're taking pictures outside is that you do not want the sun behind you, meaning your back is facing the sun, because that's going to create all this light around you and you're going to be dark and you're just going to have beaming light all the way around you, right? That's not an attractive picture. So you want to make sure that when you're standing outside taking a picture, the sun is in front of you, beaming down on the front of you. So I hope that makes sense. The sun's kind of going down here, so I don't know if I'll really be able to show that. Also, though, with that, even though you want the sun in front of you, you don't want the sun right in front of, like, right in your eyes, to where you're like squinting and trying to smile and you can't hold your eyes open, because that's not going to be a pretty picture either. So like I was at the beach like last month or something, taking pictures on the beach, and like I had to deal with this because I was wanting the sun facing me, but it was so bright out there that I was squinting. So literally all I did was angle a little bit more. So the sun was still hitting the front of me, but the sun was not directly in my eyeball, so I was squinting, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So again, just being mindful of your surroundings, basically. Something else with being mindful of taking pictures outside is being mindful of your background. Again, if you're taking pictures outside, and I can't really think of anything out here, but like, again, you don't want clutter in the background. Ideally, when I'm taking pictures, regardless of where I'm at, outside, inside, whatever, I want a blank. So honestly, I would not take a picture right here. Let's see if I can take a picture real quick just to show you. It's not too bad, but never mind. That's awkward. I'm not going to show that. But it's just a lot going on. There's the window, there's the white in between the windows, there's the white there, and then there's the window panes, and then there's this chair. There's just too much going on behind me. So if I was making a mess, sorry guys, I knocked over a cup. Okay, so if I was going to take a picture out here, I would move to this. And this is not super ideal because it's not a solid background, but it's better than all of this. My favorite place, I might lose Wi-Fi if I go out there, so I'm not going to go out there. My favorite place to, sorry, I got a dress on and I'm having to step over my table. Oh my goodness, okay. My favorite place to take pictures is in front of my garage because it's a blank white background. Goodness gracious, it's hot. So a lot of the times if I'm at home taking pictures and I don't like have anywhere to go and I just need pictures, then I will, do I not have a hairball? Dang it. I'll take pictures in front of my garage because it's white. And with a white background, like since it's not dark, it edits really well. With pretty much any preset, it's gonna edit way better than like if you have a black wall behind you, or like, that's why I don't like taking pictures in front of my paneling on my house, because it's like brown and my it's like, I don't even know what you would call it. I think it's ugly. I think it's the ugliest color ever, but it doesn't go with my preset. My preset's super blue tone, cool toned, and it works, but not as well as the white background. I hope that makes sense. So let me see if I can show y'all some pictures on my Instagram. I really liked the background on this one. This was an old building. I don't know if it was like an old church or something near my house. But it was an old building, and so I really liked, and you can't see it, really like, it's not solid, but it's like super uniform all the way across. So I really liked that background. This was actually out here on the front porch with the paneling behind me, so it's not super bad when I edit it. I went to Publix and I took a picture behind Publix. I did not like that the shadow was here because it made it not uniformed anymore, but it worked. It was just a white brick wall behind me. So I look for solid walls. This was at a bank and I loved this. I might go back and take more pictures. It's not uniform, but it's a really cute background. What else? See, this is in front of my garage. This was months ago. And so normally I wouldn't have these windows at the top of my garage in the picture. Normally it would just be the white background of my garage, but I had just moved in here and I was trying to get Jared accustomed to taking my pictures. He's still a little bit of a work in practice. What else? But that should make sense as far as that goes with a clean background. See, this one's really cute of my daughter. We found a blue wall and she took a picture in front of a blue wall. So like I'm constantly looking for good backdrops basically. So literally what I'll do sometimes is literally just get ready and I have no pictures to use for my post tomorrow. So I'll be like, okay, tomorrow we have to go out, I have to get ready and we have to go out and take some pictures. And I'll literally, like I said, I went to Publix and the bank the same day and I changed my outfits in the car, like the whole 9 yards. And I just found some cute walls to take pictures in front of. And I take different poses and like I said, different outfits. I'll switch up my earrings, like I'll switch up lip gloss if I need to, like whatever, so that I can get some pictures to use for future. What else? Make sure that you're taking the picture from a good angle. So do not, for the love of God, take your pictures like this, like your selfies. Like, do not hold your phone down and take the picture, because this is the worst angle ever. I have a double chin when I take, ew, that's just not even cute. Okay, I do not even take them straight on like this. Y'all don't, it doesn't look straight on. I do not even take them straight on like this. It's not bad, but like idealistically, I want to take it up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but take it up and like angle it just a little bit. So even when you're taking full body pictures, when you have somebody taking your picture, ask them to hold it, like I kind of asked him to hold it like in line with my head, maybe a little bit higher, and then instead of holding the phone straight, I asked him to tilt it down just a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see that. So instead of holding it straight like this to take my picture, I asked him to tilt it down on me a little bit. It's really weird when you have somebody taking your picture and you're not used to having to instruct somebody to take a good picture for you. It was really weird for me in the beginning with Jared, especially because I didn't even know how to take that good of pictures. I was just kind of going with like what I was learning and what other people were telling me, like how to take good pictures. But he definitely didn't know how to take good pictures. So I literally would have to, I would walk over to where I wanted him to stand. I would show him exactly where to stand. I would just show him exactly, I would be like, hold the phone right here. Do not move it. And then I would have him tilt it down a little bit. And the pictures always come out great when he tilts it down versus if he holds it down and he just takes it straight on. So that's a huge tip I've learned over the years. Same, like I said, same thing with selfies. Hold it down, just tilt it down just a little bit. Not like where you're holding it up and you're looking up and it's super drastic. Just like literally the littlest bit. One thing that I do still when I'm going out to take pictures, sometimes I'm feeling super uninspired with how I'm going to pose. And I feel like that's one of the most awkward things when you first start taking pictures of yourself, especially if you don't take a lot of pictures of yourself before the business. I used to take selfies all the time, but I didn't really take a lot of pictures, like full-length pictures. And then like I feel like I was pregnant when I started the business. And after being a mom, I didn't take as many selfies. So like my Facebook, when I first started the business, like there had been like months since I had taken a selfie. Before that, I had been a selfie queen. But like the couple months before I started, I had like confidence issues and stuff like that because I was a mom. I didn't take time to really take care of myself like I needed to, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure some of you can relate. And so it was really weird for me to get back into the practice of taking pictures of myself. And I didn't, like, it was so awkward when somebody, like, when we went to a conference the first year, like, we went out to go take pictures in a group, and it was so awkward standing in front of the other girls and, like, having my picture taken because I didn't know how to stand, honestly didn't know how to smile. I didn't know how to pose. Like, it was so awkward. So, this is something that I do for that. One thing that I will say, and I didn't even put that in my notes, but I want to go ahead and say it before I forget, is to make sure you're smiling in your pictures that you take. And this is something that I did struggle with, so I just want to say this real quick in case anybody relates to this. When I first started the business, I did not smile in my pictures. We were in a very bad place in our lives. Like I said, we were struggling, like most people are when you start this business. You know, things were just super stressful. I was pregnant. So a lot of my pictures, like duck face, a lot of you, I'm sure, did the duck face before the business. Do not do duck face pictures now, please, in your business. Or I would just literally do an RBF, if you know what that is, and like just not smile, just have a straight face. So when I first started the business, it was really hard for me to start taking pictures smiling, and I kind of had to learn how to smile all over again without being like cheesy, and it was weird. It took practice. So if you're in that place, just know I was too. But like it'll become more natural and it will feel so much less awkward the more you do it. So just a side note. But what I do is I will go onto Instagram and I do follow, I have like 10 favorite fashion vloggers on Instagram that I follow, and they really inspire me. So I will go to their pages and look at pictures that they've taken and I'll recreate their poses.